Jameson, thanks for that update. Meanwhile, Pennsylvania lawmakers wrapped up their annual budget hearings today with the governor's budget secretary giving the final testimony.
Our Pennsylvania State Capitol correspondent Kara Jeffers is live to talk about elected officials' focus for the next few months after 3 weeks of just tearing down the state spending. Good evening, Kara.
Good evening, Mike and Eva. We had lawmakers these past 3 weeks kind of look at some of the federal pressures and curiosities that have been going on, but really it gave us a snapshot of what they're going to be looking at. We're spending more than we make to make up for an aging population. In the past 3 weeks, a total of 42 hearings, 23 different state departments, all defending their past spending and future fund requests. Governor Josh Shapiro proposed a $51.2 billion budget this year.
A lot of the secretaries have not even been involved in some of those discussions.
In these hearings, some agencies came with different spend requests from what's in Shapiro's budget, like community colleges or the Attorney General's office.
You do scratch your head at times and wonder, why are they putting money here and not money there? Is it simply for a talking point or a headline, or is it actually based on some data or need?
Lawmakers have until June 30th now to iron out those specific budget details. The largest partisan policy divide, revenue estimates, and what the final spend number should be.
And what we've seen over the last couple of years is that we have outperformed all of our projections. I think the last 5 of the last 6 years.
Shapiro's budget includes almost $1 billion in new revenue from policy like adult use cannabis and regulated skill games that aren't actual law yet. Assuming the policies pass the General Assembly, Shapiro's budget spends $4 billion more than what the state makes in revenue.
We have to start to close the structural deficit. I don't think we can do it all in 1 year.
Pennsylvania has $10 billion in one-time funds to cover that difference. Around $8 billion specifically set aside for an emergency account. Budget Secretary Erie says spending now will lead to increased revenues to close those structural gaps in the future.
When you have nearly $8 billion in a rainy day fund, and it's raining.
Secretary Monson once again saying that we have that aging population. This is the time to be spending, hopefully to make those investments to keep people in Pennsylvania, to attract business to Pennsylvania. On the revenue reports, there is a report from the Independent Fiscal Office that said their estimates is that if those revenues did pass, it would be less than what Shapiro is estimating. In Harrisburg, I'm Kara Jeffers, Erie News Now.
Kara,